I'm doing the final few Illusory Traces battles in the VIP 3 to 7 account or 4 to 7 account. Now, Illusory Traces is the reason why I'm third right now in the ranking, because otherwise I would be fourth behind Nimwing. The mistake that Nimwing made, and I think the mistake that Solved made as well, most likely, I cannot know it, but I'm assuming it because of the strength distribution, is that they both forgot to register to Illusory Traces on Monday and Tuesday. And if they forget that, then on Wednesday, Thursday, and so on, so from Wednesday onwards, they won't be able to go here, you saw this in the previous video, and get all those butterflies to get all these extra bonuses unlocked on the right, which implies that they are less than, basically they are behind 500,000 power. And when we have 2 million power altogether, 500,000 is like 1/4 of it. Now, the interesting news is that this is season 42 right now, which means that Illusory Traces has been a game mode for about 84 weeks, because one Illusory Traces season spans 2 weeks. But as we move on, the more seasons have elapsed, the more butterflies you're gonna get initially on the right. And this is gonna be crazy, because it could happen that a lack of registration, let's say in a span of another 84 weeks, is gonna mean 1 million power, not 500,000, but 1 million. Now, moving on to the left. What happens when I fight these dragons? So I fight these dragons, for example, the Infernal Dragon. I hope this is not the last one I'm seeing, the Infernal Dragon, Infernal Fortress. You need to create units, and what I usually do is I select an empty formation, and then I select an Infernal Fortress hero and select Infernal Fortress units. I've done that already. You might have seen this last year as well. This is the best possible Infernal Fortress team that I could use. How do you do this? Here you do the guild and chaos. There you go. Filter. And then you check which units to use. Hero-wise, Fiona is by far the best one. I could use other heroes, but here you can only filter Infernal Fortress. These are the heroes that I have right now. Now, after the team is there, you just battle. It doesn't matter, you just need to survive the battle with the selection of units. Well, you don't have to survive it. Even if you die, even then you get coins. And so far I'm getting 166 coins. It's not that good. It's gonna be better in the future once you start breaking the bank. Breaking the bank means on the top that you get a huge amount of coins. You can get 100,000 coins per battle, and that's a lot. And what I do to increase my damage is quite simple. I go to the store, buy butterflies like this. It's a debatable move, I'll soon tell you why. Then go to Illusory Reshaping, edit, and go to the very top and change this. I've already collected 50 butterflies. Now this means that you're gonna get extra attack and extra HP. You don't mind HP, but you care about attack, because the damage you deal is proportional to the attack that you get. Now, unfortunately, the third one, Courage or Stamina, where you get extra unit damage reduction, this is what you need to select in all other game modes, but not in the Dragon, because for the Dragon you need Strength. For other game modes, you need Courage and Stamina. And then you get Strength and Constitution. The maximum used to be 800 here, but now it's increased to 1600. Guess what? Most people run like Courage, Stamina all the way. And then some Strength. Except in Illusory Traces you need to maximize Strength. So that's how you fight these battles. Now, regarding the dragons, you see that out of 20 fights, I only have 3 fights left. First you clear the castle, which I've done, and then you fight these. I would not recommend clicking on duplicates, like 2 rampart dragons, they are duplicates. Because you want to get the Inferno Fortress. The only reason why you would click on duplicates is if they were Inferno Fortress, for me at least, because that's my main formation. For you it may be something else. So for example, if you play Stronghold Cove, then you always click on this. If you play Rampart Fortress, then you click on these duplicates and you're happy that you had 2 dragons. The reason why you do this is that after defeating this, you will get like 80 to 100 coins. That's fine, not a big deal. Then most of the time you don't get the same dragon. So this means that we have 4 types of dragons that can surface here. One of them is Castle Tower. Well, I don't mind that, it's about 100 coins because I have Judicator. And other of them can be Death, so Necropolis Dungeon, which I'm not happy about. I get like 80 something coins. But if I get Inferno Fortress, I'm super happy because I get the maximum number of coins, or this currency. But if I get Rampart Fortress, then the 3 Rampart Fortresses cancel out each other. I'm not earning anything, but I get to see 3 dragons. And then one of the 3 dragons is most likely Inferno. It's not guaranteed, but I'm maximizing my chances. That's why I'm attacking this one. I only have 3 left, so I have to do this. I'll select the Stronghold Cove formation, it's this one. I don't even have 2 defenders, so I have to use the Shark Trainer as a semi-defender. But it doesn't matter, sometimes I don't even use any defenders whatsoever in this game mode. You see 81, that's kind of minimal. And now we're lucky. So I'll go back to the store and purchase 2 more butterflies. And go back to Illusory Shaping, go up to 52. And I always purchase the left ones, not the right ones. Because that's what increases your damage dealt here the most, or the coins received the most. Let's battle. This may be the last Inferno Fortress battle, unfortunately, unless we get a Rampart Dragon, because in that case we may get another one. And we fight. The last one was 166, it may still be 166 because there is a threshold that has not been reached. You see, we're not damaging enough, we're quite far. In fact, we'll be far even 2 weeks later. And now we have the last choice. Given this is the last one, I prefer Rampart Fortress to this. And the reason is that we can use Inferno units. Actually, no, I prefer Castle Tower. Because with Rampart Fortress, you see that I only have the Abyss Lord. I purchased the Abyss Lord today. Because of an event where I got champion tokens. But I think we're better off with Castle Tower, and the reason is that I can not only use Judicator, but also the Fortress champion that is fully developed. So this is what I'm gonna do. I select the Order Dragon, it's called a Light Dragon. And I select the Order. Be careful, if you select the wrong team, then you're screwed because you're not gonna get anything. You have to go through a fight and you're not getting any coins. Done. We got 107. We can be satisfied with that. And it's over. So for the first week of Illusory Traces, you can forget this game mode altogether. Let's talk a bit about the store. Because here, you can spend these coins on many things. In this season, I've earned 2,359. It's not good, it's not bad. It is what it is for the first few Illusory Traces. Now, there are quite a lot of good things that are recommended. Divination Voucher, but before that Treasure Hunt Permit. And all these other things, cast stones and roster runes, and these things are the most important ones. Some people say that you're better off getting treasure hunt permits, for example. So we could get 15 treasure hunt permits altogether plus the change. It should not be that bad. But I would argue that we're better off getting all the butterflies first. Well, you're gonna reach a cap, that's fine. But your objective is to reach a cap as quickly as possible so that you can maximize your treasure hunt permit purchases, because here, in this season we could get 30 treasure hunt permits, 30 divination vouchers. We're not even near the limit. And let alone what other things we would miss out on. We would need all the cast stones. It costs more than 100,000 of these coins. And this is why, as long as I haven't reached this limit of earning at least more than 166 per Inferno Fortress match, I'm gonna buy the left butterflies. The right butterflies, I've tested it before on other account, don't do much. They deal some extra damage to these dragons, but they don't do that much. Your objective is to break the bank, collect tens of thousands of coins per match when you do Inferno Fortress, and just win enough to get all the replenishable coins. Now let's go to Illusory Reshaping. You see that we got up to 58, but we're not gonna use this 58, no. We're gonna go to Courage. And once you play Illusory Traces in 2 weeks, you put Courage back to Strength. And this way, you're gonna continue playing. And this is what you're gonna do. So, for example, previously, you can see that I tried attacking Solved. And now we'll see if we got better. You know, I got this unit. Now I didn't deal much damage. Although I'm not alive for long, so it's not something I can influence much. It's the exact same formation, exact same team, exact same backup, exact same everything. Now with 2 backup units I cannot do much either. And we're going, and you see how much effect it had on the overall. So it's so much better with this damage, with this extra damage. I have a chance of beating Soviet sooner or later if he doesn't do the same thing as what I'm doing. And I have some other tricks up in my sleeves. So this is what I would recommend normally. You need to do this sooner or later anyway. Now I got a chance to earn these coins. Now the problem is that as soon as they figure out the same thing, they will earn the same coins and more because their teams are better. I mean, I cannot compete with a 6-star Yorogumo. It's just a miracle that I can still be somewhat competitive with those accounts. And it's gonna come earlier than expected. Okay, we're doing a triangle here in the in here for the arrows. So I'm gonna go to Chapel. So this is like a full circle. Yo-Yo gives me arrows, I give it to Chapel, Chapel gives to Yo-Yo. So this helps. And so here, in this game mode, I suspect that some people may buy arrows. Because either I screw up big time, and we can check this out actually. But it's not really possible that it's so much better of a player. Let's see. Do we have any? No, we don't have stats. I only have stats on myself. So you see that they are better in terms of overall score, but I'm like 3rd and 4th with these 2 accounts. And the results are kind of similar. So either I screw up, and I show you what I usually do, although I do this on a phone most of the time, not in an emulator, because it's better with a phone. You have 2 fingers, but I'll do it in an emulator this time to see. So I put the mouse button here, and the objective is you want to hit the bottom tentacles. But if you fail, then you hit the top tentacle. So it hardly ever happens. Now I'm even doing it in slow motion this time. I'm usually a lot faster, and I ignore the octopus when his eye is on, because this deals the maximum damage. Come on. So you see I failed, so the top tentacle managed to get hit instead. That's why you do this. You can do this on the left, you can do this on the right. Initially I did this on the right, then on the left. Then what you can do is potentially wait for some better units to appear. You don't have to, but you can. And this is when I'm at a small disadvantage because of the mouse. I cannot do this like both on the left and on the right. I'm gonna get this one, and that's the last one. Yeah, there you go. And this is the result. And obviously I can do a second one. It doesn't matter. So see, this is the quicker version of the same thing. But then be careful because you have to end it. So now I'm slowing down to avoid hitting them in the wrong way. Now, you can argue that it's possible to summon a third one, then fail, and then get the frenzy, the extra options. And you get some gold chests for doing 27 shots but not killing the monster, the octopus. And you can also get the extra bonus round, because you get a bonus round after every second after a given number of chests. But I won't do it. Normally I stop and I wait until I have more. And I get the chests, that's it. That's all I'm doing. And I think it's quite close to optimal, but then I don't understand why two people are better. And maybe there is something that I don't know about. But I think the only reason why Soviet is so much better in terms of score is that he's purchasing arrows. You know, with the plus, you can purchase arrows in exchange for diamonds. I would never do that. But, you know, that's what some people may do. So you see that with all these game modes, I'm moving ahead in terms of, well, fake power. And I'm approaching Soviet. What I'm not touching are two things. And Soviet has the chance to touch this already. The Tarot. These. I'm not touching the emblems even though emblems have been unlocked. I will do this next week when the event happens. I'm not touching these chests. The dream catchers are arguable. I might convert them to diamonds. And orange emblem, I'm not touching them either. Divination vouchers and treasure hunt permits. I'm collecting all these for the future. Tarot, that's another thing. A cornucopia piece, I'm not touching that. Universal hero tokens. Now that's another interesting thing. You can waste your hero tokens like this. Look at this. 4-star Phoenix, not even generation 3 hero. And 4-star Catherine, not even generation 1 hero. This is a waste. And this is a waste on the right as well. The gem 3-star, it's just a generation 2 hero. You want higher generation heroes. Now, okay, this one was a paid hero, fine. But look at where the 4 stars are. This is optimal usage of those universal hero tokens. Sooner or later we'll all get generation 3 and 3.5 heroes at least, for free. I would argue that generation 3 heroes are already good enough to spend on, but if you get a chance to get the 3.5, that's even better. So let me find some treasure in the meantime. And let me activate this treasure. This is for free every single day. It's even in the steward. So with this, our account is a bit stronger. I'm somewhat prepared for this Battle of the Gods fight. I'm assuming that my opponent is on level 0. Oh no, I'm fighting against Yo-Yo. That's even worse. Then it doesn't matter what I do, I lose. Because, well, I'm assuming in that case that he's not on level 0. But if he was, even then I would not stand a chance, because even if both of his teams are weak, which can be, partially because of the heroes, partially because of other reasons, it's impossible, basically. It's impossible because if you check out the artifacts, Ring of Negation, Hero Armor, and this new artifact. So it's kind of buffed. The account is kind of buffed. I'm doing my best regardless. I'm assuming that the only way to score here is, well, let's see. Does he do anything We don't know. We'll see. So this is the order: Dracon first, Crack Hack last. Group game. Dracon first, Crack Hack last. I'm making a bold move this time. The bold move is the following. I will most likely lose regardless, but I'm giving myself maximum chance. And that maximum chance is the following. I'm gonna avoid the second team, so that's where my weakest team is. And I'm gonna be the strongest for the opponent's first team and second strongest for the opponent's third team. Now, I don't have better heroes at the moment, and I'm capitalizing on this synergy at the so it's not easy, right? So I could get a 1-star Tazar, I could get a 2-star Crack Hack potentially, but right now I have a 3-star Rashka. Oh, and Adjutant. So given that I'm not using some of these units, even though I could, I will boost attack here. Inferno. This is not working, then let's see if I have more Inferno units that I'm not using. Caster, Inferno. But it's not doing anything, that's the problem. You don't have enough units, that's the issue. In this game mode you're relying on adjutants, heavily relying on adjutants, so you would need to get these 4 or this backup formation. Okay, so that's the idea. I'm assuming that he's not changing his formation at the moment, which is maybe an underestimation. Now there can be 2 options. Option 1 is that he's not changing it and I'm maximizing my chances of winning from, let's say, 0% to 2% or 5%, I don't know. If he changes it, in that case, I would have that same 5% multiplied by, let's say, cracking the correct combination, which is 16.7%. It doesn't matter either way. There may be enough negligence and or potentially, well, I would not say hubris, but I would say overconfidence, rather overconfidence, that okay, he has that strong formation, strong teams, and he doesn't need to do anything, he'll just kill everyone, and then he'll fight the final with Soviet. And you know what's really funny with this formation that I'm using? In the very unlikely case that I was winning, that's a really unlikely case, then my formation is already set up against Soviet, who is not changing his formations. I've seen that before. So this means that we will fight it out this way, if I win, but it's very unlikely that I'm gonna win. Either way, I maximize my chances, I'm well prepared. I did Illusory Traces, did a lot of other things. I may continue purchasing diamond stuff before the evening, because, let's see, not this one, yeah, this one. Because then I'll be able to get the deluxe component chests, but I won't be able to use them for like this purpose because I'm storing them for Vidomina. Battle of the Gods will commence. I'm assuming a 3rd place, but if a miracle comes, then I'll accept 1st place.